Today I fucked up by going home without my mum knowing. So for context, I currently live with my mum and my younger brother. My mum has been single for a while, so she got into a relationship about 3 weeks ago. I've met her boyfriend like 2-3 times. I'm not home too much. I spend most of the time in a completely different city, not even close to my mum's home, and at first I was surprised that my mum has a boyfriend 12 years younger than her, but he was nice and funny, so I talked to him for a while, and after that I went to my room and slept until the next day. Here comes the story. Today after school I decided I'm going to stop by my mum just to say hi and stuff, because I had less lessons in school and had like 4 hours of spare time. So I got on a bus, and when I came to the street my mum's house was, I started to pull out my keys. Also, it's really important to say that I really often walk or do anything very silently for whatever reason. So I got to the door and tried to open the door silently, because why not, and saw my mum's boyfriend's shoes. I was happy because we could talk and it would kill my spare time. After I closed the door after myself, I opened the door to the living room to see my mum and her boyfriend having sex with these weird flower necklaces and bracelets on their bodies. I stood there for a second and slowly closed the door, and silently got out of there. Now I'm sitting on a bench in a nearby park waiting like 30 minutes and then hopefully coming back to my dressed up mum without flowers on her arms, neck or thighs. TLDR, got from school early to see my mum and her boyfriend having sex with flower necklaces and bracelets on their bodies. Now waiting in a park. Well, at least they don't know you saw them. Imagine you go back home, get greeted by your fully clothed mum, and she puts a flower necklace round your neck. Weird flower necklaces? You mean a lady? Cherry blossom, cherry blossom, cherry blossom. Your mom got laid. Twice. I remember seeing the aftermath of my dad and mom when I was like 11 or 12, and that moment was burned into my corneas forever. Gotta accept our parents as sexual beings. You know, flower necklaces during sex sounds pretty cool. You should remember that the next time you are with someone. 30 minutes? Why so fast? Could escalate to advanced mode. You could be a big brother in a few months and have to live with the idea that you saw your sibling being made. You know, I'm glad your mom is enjoying her sex life. Sorry you had to hear it. I used to work late nights, and one time I went to crash on my dad's couch at like 3 a.m. while he was still awake and was upstairs having very loud passionate sex. When he saw me on the couch the next morning he said, "Hello son," in a tone of shame and surprise. But all in all I'm glad he had a good night, faced with tears of joy. We're all human and have needs. Can you find some example of these flower things? Hard to understand what you're talking about. Also, F. They were just role-playing a holiday in Hawaii. No big deal. It could have been much worse, mate. Pull a power move by wearing the same accessories next time you visit and play it completely straight. Oh, these. I think they're dope. At least you didn't see it with her getting her back just blown out in doggy, and he didn't turn around, see you, wink, then go back to railing your mom. Good luck bro, everything will be fine. You'll forget eventually, but the images will always be burned into your head. Very midsummer. At least you didn't walk into anyone cheating and they were with each other. Shrug #hash. They were pollinating, face with tears of joy. Bring some flowers home to your mom when you go back. I can relate to the silent walking thing. I'm always scaring people if they are busy, like washing dishes or some other task, and the second I appear next to them they get really scared, lol. Yeah, make sure you text before heading over to your single parent's house, especially when it's out of the normal schedule. Flower necklaces to the lay person. It's so cute to see you decided to spend time with your mom in your spare time. Even though it is going to stay in your memory forever as a weird experience, believe me, it's way better your mom having sex with her boyfriend than not having it. Were they flowers or upside-down pineapples? The flower necklaces bracelets are more than likely used in conjunction with pheromones you can spray on them to increase libido. Source: this was a somewhat uncommon request from clients when I was a gigolo. Flower necklaces, eh? So you saw your mom and her BF getting laid. Sounds like you were visiting your mom and your mom was visiting Pound Town. It is common courtesy to announce your arrival, even if you have the keys. I usually call ahead to see if people are home. I don't want to drive to a destination only to find out that they aren't home or we're about to leave. Kid, parents have sex. And it sounds like your mum found somebody that makes her happy. You should be happy for her. I once came home from work early when I was like 18 and heard my dad going to Pound Town with our next door neighbor. My mom died when I was 14. Made some noise in the kitchen so they could hear me and went to my room. It's only weird if you make it weird. Hell, I was just happy that my dad was happy. And I liked that next door neighbor. Sounds like your mum was getting laid. It's their fault for not putting on CBAT, so it's obvious what they're doing. Also, come on kid, give them more than 30 minutes, mums have needs too. At some point, you'll realize that sex is a pretty common thing and what you saw was kinda normal for two people loving each others. And the flower thing could be for the scent. It's a bit out of ordinary but far from being the worst possible thing to use while doing it. Maybe call ahead next time. Sounds like they got laid while getting laid. Those flowers will be in the centerpiece on the table for tonight's family dinner. The rule should always be that people don't change their schedules. Half the posts here are about kids getting caught masturbating because parents came home early or kids catching their parents having sex because they come home from school early. It's okay, we can do it with all this stuff on. I don't think my son, Charlie, even knows how to say luau. I'm just very curious about the flowers, now. What were they for? Is wearing flowers a kink I am not aware of? Why flowers? So many questions. I would bring her a nice bouquet. A spring mix at this time of year is nice. Enjoy. You witnessed one of the most beautiful things on earth for humans. It was just your mom and her lover. In many years' time you'll probably be laughing about that situation, and wondering how those toys they used could improve your sex life. Well, it can be shocking for sure, but it is what it is. Adults have sex. You took the most adult option you had, just leave them be and to be back later like nothing happened. Whatever works, it's good you're being nice. How old is your mom? The rip pin and the tearing. Just read the title. Knew you ran into your mum doing the hokey pokey face with tears of joy. Sorry bro, I hope you heal from this traumatic experience. LOL. LOL. Came home once to the sexy time music. Didn't see anything but was definitely an experience. Just went to my room and closed the door. I would have loudly exclaimed, you know most people do that in the bedroom to avoid awkward situations like this one. I'd be goddamned if I was going to be the only one with metal scarring for the rest of my life. Saying that you do things silently for whatever reason reminded me of when I was a teenager. Don't know why, but I used to do the same thing, and probably other random habits, for no particular reason. Never thought about it before. Great story by the way. Hope everything goes alright. Well, I guess someone was getting pollinated. Super late comment, but I'd give it more than 30. Maybe take the dog for a walk and circle back late. LOL. GIF Giphy BMHYI 3 ERQHD UK downsized. I shouldn't be, but I am. GIF emote free emotes pack joy. I'm happy for your mom, hopefully you can